do you guys think of Elon Musk? I'm not quite sure what to make of him. On the one hand, you know, what he's done and achieved with Tesla and SpaceX is so impressive for sure. Like, there's no denying that building up businesses to that kind of size, you know, you've got to be a really talented individual. But on the other hand, I don't like how involved he is in American politics. I don't like a lot of the stuff he says on Twitter. Like, if you go on his Twitter profile, a lot of the stuff he says is actually crazy. It's really, really like stuff that you wouldn't expect someone of his kind of standing in society to say. But, you know, when I saw that there's a town in Texas that he, you know, allegedly owns, like, you know, I had to find out what's going on here. Like, does he literally own this whole town?
In a remote corner of South Texas, something extraordinary is happening. Elon Musk is building a city that will take us to Mars.
All right, welcome to Starbase, Texas.
Like, none of that was there like a week ago.
So this is one of the new housing developments they're building right next to Starbase. This is Starbase, Texas, the new home of SpaceX. It was once a forgotten beach village, and now it looks out of a sci-fi movie. The employee parking lots here at SpaceX are completely filled with cyber trucks.
Wow, they're all. I wonder, like, do they have to drive Teslas? Are they allowed to, like, if they wanted to drive a Ford Explorer, for example, would they be allowed?
This is the original Ad Astra school.
Hey, you know, everybody got to be an Elon fan.
Why are you an Elon fan?
Come on. What he's doing.
But not everybody is happy about Starbase.
It is a very complex issue.
We visited Starbase to see what it was like and learn what the locals in the historic border city of Brownsville, Texas think about it.
Either we're gonna do it, the United States is gonna do it, or some other country's gonna do it.
Our journey surprised us at every turn and even earned us an encounter with the security officer in a cyber truck. We got beach security, baby. We got beach security, baby.
I actually came to look for you.
So come with us to Starbase, Texas for one of our wildest videos yet.
Let's go.
And one day, we will indeed occupy Mars.
Dude, what do you make of all this roadside art out here?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, you know, everybody got to be an Elon fan.
Why are you an Elon fan?
Come on. What he's doing. Come on now.
My last question, are they gonna colonize Mars?
Hopefully.
Will you
Send
go
all
there?
the retards up there, man.
Now, before we get to these guys,
Why don't we go to the moon first? Why don't we go back to the moon first? You know, Mars would be nice, but it's just so difficult to get there. I think it takes like 9 months or something. Why don't we colonize the moon first?
from Ohio
And why haven't we been back to the moon yet? Why haven't we been back to the moon?
in our journey to Starbase, we have to visit the neighboring city of Brownsville, Texas, which is vital to Musk's Starbase plans. So we are in Brownsville, Texas. Now, Brownsville is at the southernmost tip of Texas, and it's right next door to Starbase. It's the closest city, and that's why our journey is beginning here. Now, Elon Musk is trying to establish a presence in Brownsville. As you can see, there's a mural behind us. He's invested some in the city, but we want to hear what locals think about having Starbase right next door. Brownsville is a Hispanic majority city of roughly 200,000 people. It has a rich history involving the Civil War, Spanish-American War, and even Harambe. So behind us is the Brownsville Zoo. It's one of the country's best zoos, always
No way, so Harambe lived here.
rated at the top, and it's actually where Harambe started.
No
So Harambe
way.
used to live right here.
Rest in peace,
unbelievable
Harambe.
zoo, super pretty, and shout out Harambe, moment of silence.
Rest in
we're on the
peace.
border between Mexico and the United States. We're at the tip of Texas, southernmost point in Texas. It is growing like crazy. I mean, every time I'm a real estate agent, you'd think I'd be like 100% in the know. I'll go to a part of town to show a house, there'll be a whole new neighborhood. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where did this come from? You know?
This real estate agent, known on social media as the Brownsville guy, said the locals have mixed views about Starbase.
Well, it's very mixed, as you can imagine. People have different opinions.
My name is John Cowan. I am the mayor of the city of Brownsville, Texas. I mean, I think the presence of SpaceX has elevated our region. We're in the runnings for the largest economic development project right now in the United States.
We met the
Wow.
mayor at a beautiful bookstore named Gilbert's, which is run by a Roca viewer named Gilbert, by the way, and also funded by the Elon Musk Foundation.
You know what? It does seem like Elon is pumping a lot of money into the city. So, you know, that's going to create jobs and all that stuff, which is good.
Elon Musk already gave money to the city of Brownsville. Now his foundation is giving more.
Yeah, no, Musk Foundation committed to $10 million towards improving our downtown. For example, I think this building was awarded a grant to help restore the facade. People like me that grew up here, that all my friends have left Brownsville to go pursue opportunities elsewhere around the country because they didn't have an option of staying here, right? And so you're starting to see that reverse of that brain drain, people moving back. So for every one person that's leaving Brownsville, 2 people are moving back. You know, all the initiatives that the city's been really working on over the last 20 years, now all that's really possible and moving in the right direction.
Does Elon Musk ever come to Brownsville? Does he ever...
I think many times.
Yeah.
He flies into our airport, goes through Brownsville on his way to Starbase, and I know he's here a lot.
Now, we're going to return to Brownsville in this bookstore to explore the regional and environmental impact of SpaceX, but first, we have to see it for ourselves. All right, we're about 15 miles from Starbase, and you know you're getting close because the parking lots are starting to look like this.
Wow.
Cybertrucks everywhere. This is like insane to see. All right, we got out of the car and they even have security Cybertrucks here.
Wow.
So check out that. And by the way, the crazy thing about the Cybertruck parking lot is across the street, a bunch of cows. So like, it's kind of a hilarious setup here.
Yeah.
In total rural, middle of the nowhere, Texas. And boom, now this like futuristic city is sprouting up. The scale of construction out here is crazy. On the side of the road here, you can see Caterpillar trucks, pickup trucks, all along here, a bunch of traffic cones. People are working. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and they're working out here, building and getting the infrastructure ready to accommodate this new city. All right, check out this roadside art 10 miles from Starbase.
Guys, do you think that we went to the moon? Like, I used to be, and I still am convinced that we went to the moon. But I listened to a short video from a guy who was basically going on about how back then, when we went to the moon, you know, TVs were still in black and white, you know, car windows weren't automatic. And he was like, how did we have the technology to go to the moon back then and we haven't been back since? So I'm asking you, do you think we went to the moon or not?
We have a statue of Elon. We got an Ad Astra mural here, a Doge mural. We got people taking pictures out here. It's unbelievable. 10 miles from Starbase. Yo, what do you, wait, you want to be in our YouTube video?
I'm from Ohio and they don't.
Oh, no way. Dude, what do you make of all this roadside art out here?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Got a bunch of Teslas and stuff out there.
Dude, isn't that wild? The Cybertrucks? Are you guys Elon fans?
Yeah, everybody got to be an Elon fan.
Why are you an Elon fan?
Come on. What he's doing. Come on, now. That's not real.
Which one do you think is the best? That statue, the Ad Astra, which one do you like?
It's got to be the statue.
I think the Elon one.
The Elon right there?
Yeah, I think that one's smoking it.
My last question, are they going to colonize Mars?
Hopefully.
Will you
send
go
all
there?
the f***ers up there, baby. The world might be a better place.
All right.
Where you going, man?
So, that, another Cybertruck passes, but that right there is, of course, Starbase. Now, a few things that don't jump out on camera yet, and we're gonna drive by it, but there is a massive factory they're building behind. I mean, this thing is absolutely ginormous. But also, just how in the middle of nowhere it is.
Yeah.
Like, right over there is
It's super isolated, it looks like. There's barely anything around.
Mexico, the Rio Grande. You can't see with your eyes, but it's over there. It's pretty dried up right now. Here you have the Port of Brownsville over here. But beyond that, it is nothing. And I mean nothing here. But there's construction everywhere, and Elon Musk, I mean, this is the headquarters of the space company that he believes will colonize Mars. Now, days after we visited Starbase, SpaceX announced that it would be shifting its focus to building a self-growing colony on the moon.
That makes way more sense. Like, let's do the moon first. It's closer. It would take less effort to get there. You know, it makes way more sense, doesn't it?
But Mars remains its long-term goal, and I wouldn't bet against Elon Musk. SpaceX is the world's most valuable private company with a reported valuation of $800 billion.
Wow.
It was founded in 2002, originally in California, and has since done the unthinkable, including developing reusable rockets.
Very cool.
Truly insane stuff. And the future of the company is out here. Next step, luring employees. So they're building up housing developments all around here. Elon Musk recently said that they're having trouble getting some engineers to move here because it is far from the nearest city, Brownsville, but they are building up homes everywhere, and it's wild to think of how many engineers are moving out to this little part of the desert.
But I mean, even if you build homes there, unless the compensation is really, really good, like there's not going to be a lot to do in Starbase, is there? Like, even if the housing's cheap, like if you want to go out on a Saturday night, you know, you got to drive all the way to Brownsville or further into Texas to get to somewhere like Dallas or something like that. You know, your social life is going to be pretty compromised, wouldn't it? But would that be enough, maybe, if you doubled people's salary, tripled maybe?
All right, so this is one of the new housing developments they're building right next to Starbase. Check it out, all under construction. The houses here are surprisingly nice. There are some that are townhome vibes that they're building right to the left of us, and then you can see some of the nicer homes here. They're really pretty, futuristic. They look like they're out of Santa Monica. And by the way, all Teslas here. Like all the residents are driving Teslas. The houses were amazing. And speaking of housing, it's time to mention our sponsor of the video, AmericanFinancing.net/Roku News, to start saving today. So Starbase is right over there. We're 3 miles away, and it is in the middle of nowhere. Well, it was in the middle of nowhere, but now they're building everywhere. And from what we've heard from locals, they're building up townhomes in the span of months. They're building up towers in the span of weeks. Like, everything is changing so fast out here, and it's just absurd to see this in the middle of nowhere. It's hard to describe the scale of the whole operation. Everything at Starbase was just utterly massive, and they're only getting started. 500 people live in the city now, but they're building hundreds of homes and looking to acquire thousands more acres. Now, we tried to talk to SpaceX officials. We emailed their media team, checked in, emailed members of city council, but nobody seemed to want to talk to us. So you're waiting for the next launch? Have you seen a launch yet?
Yeah, I've seen 2.
What are they like?
Pretty exciting. You know, what it represents, it's coming every time they have success with their tests.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
So wait, for someone who's never...
Would you go and live on the moon? If they offered you like free housing, you know, basically you wouldn't have to work, but you got to live on the moon. Would you go? I mean, it'd be cool. Like, I'd go for maybe like a month or so. If I could do like a month on the moon, how cool would that be? But I don't think any longer than that. I think I'd get bored.
Never seen any launch. What is it like when one of those rockets?
I was 8 miles away both times, and you could feel it. You could hear it.
You could feel from 8 miles?
Yeah.
Wow.
There are so many cyber trucks around here. That's kind of trippy to see.
But they said SpaceX bought out a bunch of them from Tesla.
And they handed them out.
And well, no, they're a lot of them are rented out to the employees.
They're rented out.
Must be quite a cheap deal as well. Probably could get like super discounted price.
You are, little turkey. He's just chilling. He likes it here. We got here on his birthday this year. Yeah, and this right here, this is amazing. This has gone up, like, none of that was there like a week ago.
What?
Yeah, none of it.
Wow.
So they're just moving at like lightning pace.
Literally all this stuff right here just arrived and got put in. Yeah, literally like about a week. None of that was there a week ago.
That's insane.
It's been crazy how much the landscape's been changing around here lately.
That's
exciting.
insane. Wow.
The future is being built right here, you know, it's like...
Future is being built right here.
Meeting the people that work here is really it's inspiring. They kill themselves, they work a lot.
Yeah.
But they love it.
We tried to...
Yeah, that's one thing I've heard. Like, I've heard that, you know, the hours are really long at like SpaceX and Tesla. You've got to really put in a lot of hours, apparently.
Fly our drone over Starbase, but then had an encounter that taught us a valuable lesson.
Ooh.
Don't fly drones near Starbase. Beach security, baby. We got beach security.
I actually came to look for you.
Oh, shoot.
The devil speak to you. You have an idea?
All right, so this just got us into a little trouble.
Oh, no.
We had one of the cyber trucks with security on the side come up to us, and he was like, you're in a TFR. I didn't see anything on the app. And he was like, you got to delete that. And then he was like, we need to confirm delete it. And They had a cop pull up. Kind of a wild moment, but it was so funny too. We were pointing at the security Cybertruck and we were like, check that out. And he was like, you're who I'm looking for. After we put the drone away, we realized...
So everything's super hush-hush. Like, they don't want you to film anything. Maybe that's why it's been hard for them to speak to someone there.
Realized that we still needed a tour of the area. And that's when a Starbase resident named Kit stepped up to the plate.
We're going to the mouth of the Rio Grande River.
Let's do it.
Got it.
We're going to see the border. Now, after driving with Kit on the beach, we got our car stuck in the sand. That's when a few heroic Texans came to our rescue, but we'll tell that story in a future video. For now, let's go on that tour with Kit.
Here is their new nitrogen-oxygen generation system. They're going to produce it right here for launching the rockets. That's their new oxygen production. That's what I understand. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong, then I'll have to eat crow. That's it. But I was told that's what it is, okay? The next little community back is about 2 miles that way. That's Boca Chica Village on the right. Boca Chica Village was a little village sitting out here at the edge of Texas before SpaceX got here. Believe it or not, there used to be a whole community right down here. If you look up in the history of this area, there's a lot of interesting history here. The last battle of the Civil War was fought right up here. That's the entrance to the original Boca Chica Village, which is LBJ Boulevard or Avenue, whatever it is.
And wait, so previously, because there's
nothing out here.
Nothing out here.
Nothing. Okay, none of these buildings were here. You go back in, there was a little village and a few apartments just as you entered the village, and even the apartments are torn down now, the original Boca Chica apartments. There's
Palm
actually
Springs.
three or four streets to the left up here, and all of them are filled with houses now. There was only one street back in the day, and that was Boca Chica Village. That dates back to the original space program, 1969, when they put the first man on the moon. That's
insane.
Because they probably, Texas probably planned this to be something back then, but it never happened.
In a recent podcast, Elon Musk said the biggest challenge right now for Starbase is attracting engineers with families.
For getting engineers to move, I call it the significant other problem. For Starbase, that was particularly difficult. Yes. I mean, it's like a technology monastery sort of thing.
With Brownsville far away and not many tech jobs in the area, he's struggling to attract some talent. So that might explain the investment in schools and new facilities.
Makes sense. It does make a lot of sense, but I still think unless you're offering like a really big salary, like a really big to make it worth it. What's it in The Godfather? An offer that you can't refuse. Like, unless it's kind of that level, to live in the middle of nowhere, it's a big sacrifice, especially for like a long time. If it's something that you want to do for like 3, 4, 5 years.
New border guard boat ramp right there.
Yeah, should we back out and then turn in there?
Yeah, I'd turn around.
Perfect. Yeah.
They haven't thrown me out of here yet, so I think we're okay.
So we're off-roading a bit and heading over to the Rio Grande near the southernmost tip. So let's go check it out. Let's see what's down here. Get a vibe for what most of the border in this part of Texas looks like.
The old one is, maybe a mile that way. You go out down Richardson.
Yeah.
It's down there.
But so this is where basically Border Patrol.
Well, Department of Defense, Border Patrol, they launch boats here. Okay. Yeah. That's a brand new ramp. They just built it. I mean, literally. They just poured the concrete in the last few days.
Again, Mexico, for context, is right over there.
That's Mexico, right?
Wow, so people could potentially use that border crossing to get into the country. Oh.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
So Border Control are probably watching this right now.
Do you know if this was like a common crossing point, or do you know if it was more typical to
Well, I can tell you this. You almost went on to Richardson there. Richardson's back that way a little bit. Mar-a-Lago's on the right there. That's that guy that owns the Raptor Roost. There was a shooting last year coming across the border right there.
Oh, wow.
Right next to his place. I said Mar-a-Lago. I meant Mars-a-Lago. It's a Raptor Roost. He's a local guy that invites people to come watch the launches, right? He owns that property back there, along the Rio Grande.
What do you got here, sir?
This is the original Ad Astra school. I think they're going to convert this into some kind of logistics launch site, okay?
What is Ad Astra? I keep hearing that phrase, like to do with space stuff. Like, what is that? What does it mean?
But with all this rapid construction, I asked Kit if he felt Starbase was going too far.
They would have gone too far until they're both on the moon and Mars. Okay, when they're on the moon and Mars, we'll talk about that. We should be there right now. We should have been there 30 years ago. We should have a presence on the moon and a presence on Mars both. Either we're going to do it, the United States is going to do it, or some other country's going to do it. I hope the United States does it.
But while Kit's fired up about going to Mars, many in Brownsville still have questions. Born in...
Yeah, let's go back to the moon, man. Let's do it. I know it probably costs a lot of money. We're probably talking billions and billions and billions of dollars, but can you imagine there's a city on the moon in the next 30 years? Like a city on the moon.
Raised in Brownsville.
Yes.
What is your take on Starbase coming here? We're going to start with that.
Yes. After they have come into South Texas, there has been an economic boom of sorts. It is a very complex issue. I've often described it as not just a double-edged sword, a triple-edged sword, but it's more of a quadruple, quintuple-edged sword. Well, this bookstore has become a part of it in both sides of the issue. It is true that the Musk Foundation did donate quite a bit of money into downtown Brownsville.
Okay.
And part of that went into a grant that went into the refurbishment of Brownsville's one and only independent bookstore.
Good morning, Brownsville Raiders. You are listening to the sound of jackhammers.
At the same time, we cannot deny that their presence is endangering the local ecology. But we've also lent this space for activist organizations to make their stances clear on.
So like the wildlife and the animals and stuff may be suffering in the area because of like all of the SpaceX related building and construction, maybe?
What the issues are.
Can you feel the growth? Like, can you know, you've been born and raised here. Is it really like that different from when you grew up?
Oh, absolutely. You see, when I grew up, it was the notion that success and happiness existed outside of Brownsville. There's this phenomenon that we keep hearing called brain drain. Our brightest students
leave the area.
They get opportunities to college elsewhere, and then they sadly never come back. It's only until right now that we're seeing that some of our brightest students are staying at UTRGV to add value to Brownsville. We also see it with all these new businesses popping up. Downtown Brownsville is booming. North Brownsville is booming.
I mean, it sounds like, you know, based on what we've seen, it's a net positive. Like SpaceX's presence in next to Brownsville is a positive, it feels like. Or have you guys spotted something that I've missed in terms of maybe the negatives? But it seems largely a positive.
West Brownsville is just starting to boom. Brownsville's on the rise.
Gilbert was nice to rent hikes.
Wow. Oh my God. Really? So all of the residents pretty much spoke negatively. That's so interesting, but they were scared to appear on camera.
We've heard some concerns about waste and environmental impact. What's your response to that? Do you sort of sympathize with those concerns?
I do. I always... There's a trade-off, right? We are losing a undeveloped part of our region. It's changed. Obviously, it's a wetland area as well. It's a environmentally sensitive area, and they've been very good community partners to Brownsville, supporting a lot of our initiatives, our nonprofits. They've always helped up downtown through the Musk Foundation. Been a catalyst to our downtown revitalization. But I do understand the other side of it. So as mayor, I see the big picture, and I see it's absolutely going to be a net positive for our community moving forward.
But was Starbase predestined? That might sound crazy, but at a historic burger spot in Brownsville, we learned a fascinating detail about a long ago written prophecy. The history here is pretty rich.
You want to hear something that's really neat that you might not know? So you remember Jules Verne?
Yes.
Well, he also wrote another less known piece about this man who was developing a cannon to shoot to the moon. Well, they did their configuring and they determined that Brownsville was the best place to launch a rocket.
Wow.
This has been on the map and supposed to happen for generations.
No way.
I'm gonna have to do. Thank you. Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Oh, that burger looks so good. I hope it's got a fried egg in there.
All right, one quick bite with a little flair, baby. Here we go. Now, whether Elon can bring Vern's vision to life remains to be seen. He's done the impossible before, and he plans to do it again in this faraway spot in southern Texas. And thank you so much.
So interesting. I think it's probably going to be a net positive for the city of Brownsville. You know, all of the money flooding in, it's going to create jobs and all of that. I'd love to know, any Texans watching this, and even better, if you live in Brownsville, or if you are a employee of SpaceX and, you know, you're willing to like either comment on this video or send me an email, and anonymously. Obviously, I wouldn't share any of your information. Like, what's your honest opinion of SpaceX, what the company's doing in the area, and of Elon Musk? Because on the one hand, like I said at the start of the video, he is a very impressive individual. You know, whether he came from money or not, to achieve what he has is like borderline impossible. It's just insane what he's been able to do. I just wish he didn't say such crazy things on Twitter. Like genuinely, you know, some of his comments on Twitter are just really, really weird. But, you know, there's no denying that if there's a company that is going to get us to the moon and Mars, it's going to be SpaceX probably. NASA just moves so slowly these days. I don't know what is going on with them. They've been building the SLS, you know, rocket for like, feels like 20 years now. And, you know, it's just taking so long. So SpaceX is our best hope, really. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, I'm going to link a very similar one right below this, and I will see you there.